What's goodies in the hoodies? Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do not forget to subscribe. This will be for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, North Node, or your Mars, as well as any Capricorn placements that you do have in your charts. And if you're gangsta, check out every single video and my rock stars. Let's get it. Let's start out with a prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Forgive us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. The zodiac Leo. Let's start this out. Okay. When I was 16 years old, that is when I smoked my first dope blunt. When I was 16 years old, I was introduced to it by my face jerk ex, and completely in my south node, of course, when that happened, because I didn't want to, but I was in my south node, and when I was 16, that's when it started, but I don't do it anymore at all. I stopped, and because I am now more into my north node as a Pisces south node and a Pisces zodiac sign with 4 Pisces placements. I wasn't reluctant at all here. Okay, I just grabbed it and went, and then became extremely addicted and couldn't stop, and alcohol was involved in the mix there too, and but I had some days, but it's done and over. But yeah, when I was 16, that's when it started. Okay, homelessness. Let's get into it, because drugs is another problem that we are faced across the nation, with homelessness everywhere. Drugs seem to be a problem with the community. Either they were introduced to drugs by somebody who was a face jerk pretending to be somebody else, or just not educated enough, not enough time, because of the so much evil that is in the world, and homelessness is a big deal. Some people get kicked out of their houses by these face jerks who have a lack of empathy, although they think, but they don't, or they want to. And then they kick the child out or the grown adults out for their own decisions. They're not nice at all. Okay. And yeah, when I was driving the streets of Baltimore City, I definitely seen a few people on the sidewalks on drugs, right? And judge not, and I will not be judged. It's what I seen, and I played my music, and I originally wanted to go up to homeless people and interview them. I had questions. I even had questions about questioning, like, were they a face jerk, and yeah, I was going to record all of that. I was going to get into it, but that didn't happen. I still need funds to even get that started in time. But as you can see, the nation, it's not looking good at all. Okay? Homelessness is a firestorm. People making bids outside. XO crew getting kicked out and living outside, having to deal with those consequences due to whichever family that they had came from, and there was no other choice. Let's get into this. Okay, the 2012 movie is based upon the prophecy of the Mayans that the world was going to end. As you can see, we still are here. So whoever made that prophecy was a face jerk here to terrify us. Thinking that was funny here. Let's get into this. The Mayan prophecy. Okay. Yeah, so the Mayans had predicted that a spirit evolution of oneself is what they had explained. Blood and time are what the Mayans believed in. It is a Western cultured occulticism too. The Mayans are warriors who made it their duty to fight for scarce resources such as royal blood. On December 12th, 2012, is when the Mayans' first prophecy came to an end. The first Mayan prophecy announces the end of the present cycle. That from the year 1999, there are 13 years remaining to each Mayan prophecy. The first being that every person is in the great room of mirrors to find his own multidimensional nature within himself. His own multidimensional nature within himself. We are currently in the second prophecy, which is the next 13 years, where the world is now being clearly divided by multitudes of people. During this time, okay, I learned about my superpowers. That I had superpowers. I learned how to fly. And I was laying down on the couch and I dreamed it. Alchemically dreamed that conquested my dream into the physical. And when I was lying down on my back, I floated into the air. Superpowers. Perfecting those superpowers is what we are doing here. I can telekinesis. Like the other day, I wasn't walking on the sidewalk. I was inside of the car and I kept hearing Morgan, Morgan, Morgan. I'm like, who is calling me? So telekinesis, and that's one time in nature I was completely like my twin flame was talking to me the whole entire time, telling me all of his fantasies and things like that. beautiful. The universe sees everything. Like this one chick, one face jerk on YouTube. Oh, God. So she is all like calling us names for wanting to connect with the universe. Oh, she's such a face jerk. Don't even know what she is even talking about. Let's not talk about her today. I'm just talking SHIT here. Let's move on. Yeah, but she is a face jerk tarot reader, and you would never know. Like, she is like one of those unsuspectable face jerks. Like, I was like, whoa, whoa. And then it turns out that it felt like it was directed at me at one. Well, it is directed at me. So we're in some kind of, you know, not a beef, but if you start something with me, you better know how to finish it, right? So if I start, talking about her, don't mind me, okay? It's Saltwater Heels Tarot, Missy. And I'm just like, what? Okay, whatever. You can see in my other videos I talk about it more, but we'll see what's about to happen. Because it's so hard online. It's not like I know her in person and then I see her. I don't even know where it began or where it ends currently. So the arguments between the two of us here. Uh, so the Morgan and Adrian debate. Adrian is a character that plays in the movie 2012. I don't say this often, but Adrian is qualified XO. Now, Adrian is a doctor, but what happens is that he had to switch over from this profession to basically warn the world that the world was going to end because the government wasn't doing it. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody took it seriously. And he had the papers because of a friend that he met on the way of his journey that he connected to. Let's see about Adrian here. Let's pull out some tarot cards. I will be pulling tarot cards from the Broke Bitches Tarot, the Broke BITCHES Tarot Training Deck by Kat Deering and Taryn Masterson. For Broke Witches by Broke Witches. Okay. Yes. My stance and restatements. I have a purpose here, and although I may not be there yet, I am always closer than I was yesterday. I am okay with the way that I am. I value, as the zodiac Leo, the heart. My most meaningful experiences are those that can move my heart to such an earth-shattering degree that I won't ever feel the same again. The birth of a child, the beginning of a romance, Majesty Sunset's work of arts. My personal criterion is that through the invisible, I realize that I am made of something that is bigger than myself. My contention, I have been out here wasting hella time. XO is the only time invested. Okay, let's get into Adrian. See Adrian here. Uno monito. Sorry for any inconvenience. I am still discovering. Okay. Okay. Adrian. Let's see. Now, I found out that Noah, another character in the 2012 movie, is a Leo. Let's see. We can figure out Adrian here. Noah is qualified. Okay. Ooh, right away. Okay, Adrian. Ooh. Okay, so ooh, oopsie daisy here, right? Wait a minute. Oh, okay. The Knights of Cups, Death, the High Priestess. Two more. Un, deux. Okay. So I already see Adrian's magical skill here. The first card to come out is the Knight of Cups. Okay. Awesome. The Lovers. Oh. So we're hopping right into it now. God dang it. I can't remember her name. There's another character in the movie played by... I'm so sorry. Is it Zoe Saldana? Oh, no. Oh, okay, I guess I have to look it up now. Yeah, definitely. It's okay. Okay, yeah. Laura. Okay, so Adrian takes one look at Laura. Laura is the president's daughter, and Adrian is feeling drawn to her. He takes one look at her and feels this drawing sense of romanticism towards her. And that could all be because everything that's happening around him. I mean, the world is ending and there's a little fear in his eyes, right? To that. So he's looking for a big high, a super high. One more. Okay, so okay. Ooh, Adrian, let's see. I'm gonna have to move on. Okay. Okay, so okay. Let's see here. Yes, one of Adrian's magical skills, the Knight of Cups. So Adrian is coming up as the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is a love seeker. Longs for true love, makes it look like the perfect job, the perfect love which will have you convinced to, becomes easily disappointed. Yeah, so he looks at her and he is expecting her to be the love of his life. Oh, Adrian is a Pisces. Wow, he's a Pisces like me. And my nephew S. Pin. Has trouble. Has trouble that her or his love is just not that into them. Okay, so Laura is a face jerk. She was not into Adrian at all here, okay? She's a face jerk. She was just there at the moment when the world was coming to an end and he had to talk to the presidents of the United States and, you know, and deal with all of world's issues at that time, okay? He was a doctor, but now he had to be this person, something he wasn't used to. He had to get out of his comfort zone. Lots of fear in Adrian's eyes here. Death. Yeah. Okay. Not physical death. Okay, so Adrian survives the 2012 apocalypse. The High Priestess, knowledge sharing, beliefs, fellowship. As he is sharing these ideas with the President of the United States, who has done absolutely nothing to let it known that the world was ending or save people here. He really just looked at it as being funny. He really didn't take it as seriously here. That's what I see. And he looks at Adrian. You know, he sizes him up here a little bit too. The lovers, kindred spirits, desire, connection. He never had the chance to be able to knowledge share about his true love, you know, what he wanted from a relationship. He just really just looked at her. All of the information, though, because at that time he was giving away so much information by talking about the world ending, by meeting new people. You know, he was figuring out all of this information here. Page of Wands. Good news, bright ideas. Okay, that was definitely not good news here. Bright ideas, rush in head first. Yeah, so with this rush in head first, bicycle, bicycle, I want to ride my bicycle. They were talking about don't want to be the president of the United States. Adrian, he could have been the president of the United States, but or a candidate, as they say, but he was a doctor. Very smart though, had these bright ideas about uh you know, just moving forward with everything here. Rush in head first. Yeah, so he rushed in head first with this connection with Laura, and Laura was a face jerk. He didn't have the guidance of a more earthy helper, partner, or mentor needed that guidance to see that she was a face jerk, because look at how powerful Adrian is here. Like, he could be a candidate here for the president of the United States, to be on a political team, because of how smart he really is, and all this knowledge sharing. His beliefs are so strong here. You know what I'm saying? Un minuto. Okay. Okay. Yes. He looked to the president, who is the president. This could be the president here, Page of Wands. We'll get to the president later. He is another character that I will be focused on. He looked towards the president. The presidents looked at him with no type of guidance whatsoever. He just sized him up, really, and didn't say a word about it. But he was nosy and was very aware that Adrian here was into his daughter, Laura. He had no bright idea, or it was good news to him that he looked at Laura, I guess, or maybe he just was exercising stupid and really didn't know what from what here, which is usually the case when people don't keep or try to keep the nation safe when the nation is about to be underwater here. Because the government, even when they built the bunkers together, it was one person. And as Adrian mentions, because Adrian here is very love-seeking. He longs for true love, makes it look like the perfect job to have anything that he does here, the perfect love, even though it may not look like that, but he makes it look like it is. You know, he goes into that bunker like, we can fit 40 people in here. But there was only one person, and each person had to pay $1 billion just to get a seat or something like that. These face jerks. Okay. Okay. Leo. Okay. Okay, what do I want for war? Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. First we have the nucleus of cheating. Okay, so this is the effect that the face jerks have on the whole universe here and things in that nature. This is the nature that they've done to the universe because of the circumstances that we have to deal with by lack of money, things like that, because of the government's decisions, and just an overall messed up thing here, which could be solved. Okay, to take time to deal with unhealed wounds, the understanding of opening up to a twin flame. This knowledge is not really present anywhere. Like Adrian, I doubt that he knew that this knowledge existed, especially in 2012. I mean, the knowledge is there, but it hasn't really came up to the surface. But we're fighting to bring all of this knowledge here, to the surface. And Adrian had no idea, okay? So about twin flames, about things like that, he wasn't thinking about this. That's all here. Karmics staying in relationships with twin flames. Twin flames marry two karmics, the divine masculine going wherever he is called, goddesses of Swords versus the daughter of Swords. And the universe sees that. Oh, so you're just going to go with the face jerk after this. Like, well, universe, the knowledge isn't here, so maybe you can kind of see me. That way we can kind of bring this knowledge up here so we can fix this, this problem, this big, huge problem. Because after a while in my life, I was just like, what is happening? Because it just seems so ridiculous. Like, that man had to sit on a bucket just to ask for money. Doesn't make sense. Fake romances. Bending over backwards for the divine masculine and the divine feminine to stay with them. Karmics want your resources. Example, your children, your divinity, your money. You are my orange half. This is a Spanish passage. Tu eres mi media naranja. The stem that other halves do not just come from these false idols who could care less if it happens or not. They don't care about true love at all here. The Dutch. It is believed in Magnolia that it is our soul's frequency that has control over the earth weather. The frequency needs to be balanced. There are more evil than good due to the people who are holding power. Just saying that. Okay. Do face jerks care that humans exist? No. Do face jerks use love to wash away the bad? No. Okay, let's get some oracle cards. Loving Words from Jesus by Doreen Virtue. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Ask and you shall receive, that your joy may be full. Book John, chapter 16, verses 24. Ask and you shall receive, that your joy may be full. Okay. So Adrian had this anxiety about romance here. He didn't have as much knowledge to the romance, and you can see this in the way that he does communicates with Kate. I'm just kidding. That's Laura. We're not watching Norbit. It's not like we're watching Norbit. Norbit, please, I'm a child. We are watching 2012 movie. So he had this anxiety about the romance, really, and you could see it. Let's get a finger labyrinth prayer to close out this reading. I currently do not own a finger labyrinth, so I will use my imagination. Okay. Dear God, thank you so much for bringing us happiness and joy even in our times of sorrow. Thank you for friends and sacred XO crew. Thank you for knowledge. Thank you for forgiveness. Thank you for light. I pray for whoever feels in any sorrow right now, that they know that their friends are here to help them. Through you, through each other, we will make this through. In your name I pray. Amen. Thank you. Please do not forget to subscribe. A tutelar.